How do you feel about big streamers when they make their opinions on video games so public? And I understand how that's coming from me sitting here myself, a guy who just constantly gives opinions, but today I want to hear from the Fortnite community. I want to hear from you guys over on this wonderful, rational little corner of the internet we have. Today, I ask you guys your opinions on what you think of the opinions of big streamers. We're going to get into that in just a second. Before we do, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with 20 YouTube channels, and welcome back to the Reply Me, everybody, where I ask you guys a question, make the responses into a video. It's always a great time. Anyways, this is what I had to ask this time around. Do you currently value the opinions of big streamers? Why or why not? To get an idea of where I kind of want this video to go, I've been interested in this idea since that Ninja clip, 32-year-old grown man, popped up earlier this season. Years ago, people be flying over to praise him for saying that. Now people just laugh at him. But I don't want this to just be about Ninja, just in general. And I cannot wait to hear everybody's reply. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter than usual because there's only so much you can say on this topic. But guys, thank you for being here. Let's get into it. Sorta. I know I should value top players' opinions since they are like the best of the game, but I usually like to make my own opinions first so I don't turn into a sheep. But for more casual streamers, I don't really listen, especially if they complain constantly. That's fair, and I would definitely take people's opinions into consideration if you're looking for opinions, for example, like of somebody who's good at the game. If you want to get better at the game, then obviously you would listen to somebody's opinion about the game. Obviously, right? You can apply that to anything in life. If someone's better than you at something or more successful than you at something, then obviously you would listen to them. But it's honestly, I love the idea of just having your own opinions, not being a sheep. That's always an amazing thing to do. I am a 32-year-old grown man, so I do not value the opinions of these streamers that the youth watch. There you go. 33-year-old grown man at this point, sir. Not usually, unless it's some big change that needs to get pushed into the game, not an item or a skin, but more of a major change like UI or map, then I do value the opinion of streamers because that's the best way to spread a movement like that. However, if it's just a competitive player mad at an OP item, I already hate watching competitive anything, and since Fortnite was designed to be the most casual BR, I usually just ignore the entire competitive Fortnite community. So, I understand where you're taking with that, but it's kind of not really where I was headed with this conversation, but either way, it makes sense. If you don't like competitive, you don't listen to people who watch competitive, but for people who can make good changes, that's an interesting take. The most I use other people's opinions for is to develop further insight on already existing topics beyond that I develop my own opinions. Love that. Absolutely nothing else to add there. That is a very nice way to go about life. I like to hear what they have to say, but I don't really care if anyone gets me. I actually get you on that. I get you because I find myself kind of doing the same thing, to be honest with you, and I don't really care whether or not they agree with me, disagree, or what they really have to say in general, but I just listen for the sake of listening to it sometimes. So usually just background noise on YouTube. I don't know if you're doing the same thing, tier 1, but that's how I feel about it. For me, it kind of depends on what streamers are saying and if they are looking at any issue from both perspectives. For example, a lot of competitive players have been crying about this season's loot pool and begging Epic to either nerf or remove all of these new mechanics or put them into an LTM, which is a really stupid idea. But I feel a lot of them say this as if they stand on some sort of moral high ground because of the fact that they have the status of being a very good player compared to the majority of others. However, they don't usually take the time to look at it and acknowledge the other side of the coin. In my opinion, it's those kind of streamers who I can't take seriously, not just competitive, but casuals as well, who see things as one way and anyone who believes otherwise is dismissed or pushed aside. That's why I respect Clark's takes a lot of time, because he takes the time to acknowledge both sides of the spectrum before coming to a definitive conclusion on what should be done to fix a problem, rather than just solely setting himself in one way without paying attention to the other. You know what? That is an entirely great reason on why you should be watching Clark Clen Gaming. Go head on over there, guys, because the content is so amazing over there, but it's completely understandable. Like I said, this is why I love this community over here, because we have such normal, rational conversations so many times, especially in the Reply Me over here, because this is why I love making these videos. People actually give, like, it's so different from the Fortnite community, man, but it's entirely true. I'm not going to listen to a competitive player who just, there are competitive players, don't get me wrong, first of all, who are worth listening to, who can see both sides, who actually bases their arguments on some sort of logic or reasoning. But right now, you're not seeing a lot of that from the competitive community, to be honest with you. So just anybody in general who's standing on one ground without really looking at the other side at all, it's not somebody who should be listened to. It entirely depends on the streamer or creator and whether or not they're thinking straight or coming from an understandable viewpoint regarding the game. If they have genuine criticisms, then I'm all ears. If they're just gonna whine about whatever killed them and act like the game is dying, I'm gonna ignore it. This is why I currently appreciate the Fortnite festival community way more than the Battle Royale community. They're very honest and constructive with criticism, and while refraining from whining and harassment towards devs and other players. The devs are also way more receptive to criticism, and festival's top creators, such as Akai and Jason Paradise, set positive examples for the community by remaining constructive and directly relaying our feedback and ideas to the dev team. Battle stage is currently very unbalanced, but I have hope that these issues will be fixed pretty soon. I can't say the same for Battle Royale regarding the separation of casual and ranked loot pools. Update. Points earned from sustained notes on vocals have been nerfed in the battle stage, allowing for more balance across all instruments. Epic actually separated loot pools. Let's hope it's permanent now. So, I actually don't know much about the festival community. I wouldn't say that I'm not part of it, okay? So, I'm going to assume, and Ascension's been on the channel forever, I'm going to assume that Ascension is accurate in what he's saying over here, and I've never thought about that. I didn't know that the devs actually listen because of constructive and honest criticism, and they actually actively work to fix things. And before you say it, I know, oh, it's their new mode. It's their new mode. They have to do that because they just care about the metaverse. I'm going to get some of those comments, okay? But hey, what do you know? People are nice. People are honest. People give constructive criticism, and the feedback is taken in. Not doxing, not harassing the devs. That's not shocking to me. I love to see that. I love, and we should highlight Akai and Jason Paradise if they really are setting positive examples for the community like Ascension's saying. I'll pay more attention to that because that's actually really, really interesting. I didn't even really know that went on at all in the festival community, to be honest with you, but hey, if it's positive like that, if it's constructive, I like festival, maybe I'll pay a little bit more attention to it. So that was really, really, really nice to hear, to be honest with you. But guys, this is why, again, I love this community that we have over here. If you are interested in helping make videos like this, join the Discord, pin comment description down below. We already have the next topic up there. It makes sense, man. We're all pretty logical over here, and we saw some pretty logical answers today, but shorter reply room today because, of course, there's only so much you could say over here. And if you're interested in my take personally, I'm kind of on the side of I don't really care what too many people have to say, but I just listen to it to kind of get a gauge on what people are listening to, mostly for YouTube background noise. I'll pay attention to a lot to the people that I'm friends with on YouTube or the people that I've been watching for a very long time, but I kind of just develop my own opinions. I never let anybody, just like many of you on this channel over here, I don't really let my opinions be shaped by anybody else. But it is important, like another thing that we took into consideration, a little bit off topic with that, but if somebody's better than you at something and you're looking to improve upon yourself, it's best to listen to their opinions. But in general, the way that I was talking about was more so of just streamers like Ninja just reacting to a new Fortnite season and really disliking it. That's kind of where I was going, but I should have been a little bit more specific in this video. Regardless, very, very interesting discussion today, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching. If you were interested, check out this other reply room video we have over here. Way longer, way deeper. I'll see you over there, guys. Take care.